Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about the just disaster with the Switch 2 launch and some of the GameStops with them damaging the Switch 2 screen. We're going to be on Dexerto today. This has been written by Nathan. Thank you for this article. It'll be linked down in the description if you would like to check it out for yourself. The title goes, GameStop responds to New York Switch 2 console damage with stapler. So from what I know from seeing the tweets and stuff like that, GameStop employees were stapling receipts to Switch 2 boxes, and the Switch 2 boxes are very closely packed together. Like, it's a very efficient packaging. So, like, the staplers were hitting the screen because for some reason Nintendo has it facing up, which you really should have the screen facing down, but it's facing up and it's damaging the screens. So I'm hoping, I haven't actually seen GameStop's response because it's really hard to find their official response, at least from what I looked up initially. So hopefully it's just a replacement or something like that. Just before we get into the article, I'd like to remind everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it if you do. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video, so please subscribe if you would like to see that and if you enjoy the content. GameStop has responded after Switch 2 players who finally got their hands on a long-awaited console reported being given damaged goods as the store receipt was stapled to the screen. Fans have been eagerly awaiting the follow-up to Nintendo Switch for years, even though the original launched in 2017. Their prayers were answered back in 2025, when the Switch 2 was officially unveiled. Now that it launches worldwide, players are finally getting their hands on the console and jumping into Mario Kart World for the first time. Yeah, and I've actually watched a couple people stream Mario Kart World and like actually play on the Switch 2, and it looks good. The Switch 2, it's much bigger. Like, it's actually, like, when you actually see it side by side, it is much bigger than the Switch 1. Now, I know in the reveal they showed how bigger it was, but it's hard to tell when it's, like, when it's a digital version of the product. But the two physical products, like, it is so much bigger, which is great for a lot of people. It does suck for the people who did enjoy the smaller version, but luckily it's, like, you can get things to deal with that. So, for the majority of people, it was too small of a console. So, I'm glad that they finally fixed that. However, this exciting day has been ruined for some players as reported being given hardware with punctured screens. After picking up their Switch 2 from a New York GameStop store on June 5th, multiple fans have shared images with holes in the screen. These were seemingly caused by staplers holding the store receipt in place, which had poked through the box and onto the console. GameStop stapled the receipt for me and my friends, Switch 2 on the box. FML, said one frustrated player on X, generally insane. Now I'm gonna have to wait 3 months for the restock. So this is the tweet. This is the by Ohan Lynch. And so they stapled it, and then there's little marks on the screen. I wonder how that, like, it's not even that close. It's insane that that actually happened. And they're at the midnight release. Then this is the lineup. Oh yeah, I wonder if I wonder if everyone did report that. My Switch 2 has staple holes in the screen. The stapled the receipt to the box at 1756 Forest Avenue, State, New York, and it damaged the screen, said another while trying to contact GameStop and Nintendo. I mean, it's more GameStop's problem than Nintendo. Yeah, it looks like they once again they stapled it to the box and it hit the screen somehow. It is now in a now deleted Reddit post. I wonder why it's deleted. Another player who attended the midnight launch mentioned that every unit in that branch suffered from the issue and they saw plenty of others affected. Me and my homie here, we never met before, were unfortunately the same GameStop, and this happened to me and my another buddy, said the OP. Think the entire pre-order batch is completely effed. That's really sucks for a lot of people. Now we're going to see their official response. GameStop has responded to the incident, humorously replying to Dexerto's tweet with a meme and clarifying that the stapler consoles were tracked to one specific store. So at least it's only one store. Because if this was like a GameStop-wide problem, this would have been really bad. Because Switch 2s are flying off the shelves with pre-orders and people walking up to see if they still have stock and stuff like that. So this is probably GameStop's, like, GameStop always loves console launches because they can actually be somewhat profitable at this time. Though it is funny that's happening in GameStop because GameStop is such a terrible company in general. So it's funny that this is happening to them, but I feel bad for the people that's happening to, obviously. Addressing a unique case of staples damaging Switch 2 screens, isolated to one store, the chain wrote, replacements have been offered. Staplers have been confiscated. Okay, so this is their official. It's so weird. I looked at GameStop's Twitter and I didn't see this tweet. Twitter being weird. Oh, it's because it's a response. That's why. Maybe that's why it didn't show up for me. That's weird. This feels weird, and I feel like there is now going to be a policy where you don't staple things, like receipts to boxes. I'm surprised they stapled them. Usually they just put them in the bag. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they didn't weren't giving out. I guess plastic bags aren't really a thing now. Do the GameStop? I haven't been to a GameStop in years. So like, do GameStop still have those bags that they give out? I guess not. They just give the box. Interesting. Interesting. This comes out of a major number of retailers canceling some pre-orders just before days launch. Yeah, like the I wonder if they can even have these replacements, because like, do they even have enough stock? Because there's so many reports where there just wasn't enough Switch 2s for the demand. Like a bunch of places, like I remember seeing, like I think it was either Walmart or Amazon was canceling people's pre-orders because they just straight up didn't have enough stock. So I'm surprised that they can offer replacements, because I just thought there wasn't enough Switches, but apparently there might be, which is kind of surprising to me. I really did think they were going to be just completely out. But it does seem, other than this case of this, everyone seems to be really loving the Switch 2. I'm really happy for them. I won't be getting the Switch 2 on launch because, first of all, it's way too expensive for me. It's over $600 for me, and it's just not something I want to do right now. And for me, I'm kind of waiting until like more games come out. I totally understand for people that really love Nintendo games. Like, I mean, if you're a Nintendo fan and you love Nintendo games, you 100% need to get a Switch 2, because all their games are going to come out for the Switch 2. So like, it obviously makes sense, especially if you want the GameCube stuff, like the expanded stuff for things. And you know, honestly, I've been enjoying seeing people loving the Switch 2. I've watched a bunch of Mario Kart footage, and I really love them seeing just people and really enjoying Mario Kart. And the game looks amazing. It looks like a really good Mario Kart with some interesting twists and everything. So I'm totally down for that. I can't wait to play it myself eventually. And it's just nice to see that everyone is really enjoying it. I feel really bad for these guys, these people that are reporting the damages, because they've waited how long for this, and it's damaged. That really sucks. So hopefully they can get their replacements soon, but I really don't see that happening. Like, I don't know how, like, it's going to be probably months, I would say, until they get replacements, which really sucks. So I feel bad for these guys, and I can guarantee you now that there's going to be a no staple receipts to boxes thing on GameStop from here on out, probably. Like, I'm surprised they just didn't, like, I guess tape is, I mean, I don't know. No, I've never seen this really be a problem, but then again, a console, like, a handheld console like this doesn't really get sold at GameStop, because like, other than the Switch 1, like all like the Steam Deck and all that type of stuff isn't really sold at GameStop. So this really does feel like the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 are really the only two consoles that are like this that GameStop would sell. So it does kind of make some sense. So that's interesting to see. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to follow me on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads at the Technojelly. You just heard my opinion. I would love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.